turn to the book of Psalms. Doing a series on Psalms here at church, and so I thought I'd just jump right in on that. Psalm 37, going to be reading verse 4. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. I'll read that again. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. Back in the 90s, there was a Swedish rock group called Roxette, which still has a number of songs played on easy listening radio stations today. One of their most famous songs was a song called Listen to Your Heart. Some of you may remember that song. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you. Listen to your heart. Anyway, that's the title of my message today. Listen to your heart. Let's pray. Father, I thank you for your word. I just ask and pray that you help us have discernment, help us have wisdom, faith and obedience. I thank you and I praise you for it, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. I didn't become a Christian until I was 19, but I grew up in church, and even before I became a Christian, I had my favourite verse in the Bible. My favourite verse in the Bible growing up was Psalm 37, verse 4. It says, delight yourself also in the Lord, and He'll give you the desires of your heart. I think the reason why it was my favourite verse is because I didn't really understood what it meant. I just thought it meant that if you just do whatever, if you delight yourself in God, He's just going to give you everything that you want. But that's not actually what it means. What it means is this, that as we delight ourselves in the Lord, He starts giving us desires and putting them in our heart, and those are the things that He wants to see come to pass. So what that means is that there are times as a Christian when we're making decisions and not sure what to do, what we actually need to do is listen to our heart, because God drops desires in our heart, and those are the things that He wants to see come to pass. Now obviously I need to bring a little bit of balance to this. It's not like that any desire that you have automatically is from God. Because the Bible says there are things called sinful desires. What that means is, if you have a desire and it's naughty, it's not God. We need to measure our desires against the Word of God. It's not like, you say, I've just been feeling really grieved in my spirit about the banks and how they're overcharging people. And I just really feel that God is telling me that I need to rob a bank. No, that's naughty. That's not God. But make no mistake, there are times where we actually need to listen to our heart. So I want to talk to you today about 3 times where we need to listen to our heart. 3 times where the scripture indicates that God is actually speaking to us. But there are 3 times we need to listen to our heart. First time when we need to listen to our heart is in regard to seeking God's direction. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 and 6, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all of the ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. We need to listen to our heart when it comes to seeking God's direction. In fact, very often you can tell when God is stirring you up about something in your future and something in future direction when you start getting a passion or a burden for something. When you get fired up or stoked up about something and you get a burden and a passion. I find it interesting that all of us at some point we get a burden and a passion for something, and what can happen is we can get so passionate about it that we actually get ticked off with everybody else because no one else is passionate about the thing that we're passionate about. But here's the thing, very often, that's just God's way of stirring us up to do something about it, because it's God stirring up our heart. I love the book of Nehemiah in the Old Testament. The book of Nehemiah is essentially one of the greatest leadership books in the whole Bible, actually. And Nehemiah talks about this man who used to serve the king his food, and it was his job to serve the king his food, and when he does, he's supposed to be happy. He's supposed to have good customer service. He's supposed to have a smile on his face. Nehemiah. And one day before he was to serve the king's food, he just found out that his hometown Jerusalem, that the walls of Jerusalem were still broken down. It so grieved him and so upset him that what he did was that when he served the king his food, he actually showed it on his face. He looked really sad. So much so that the king remarked on him. The king said, what's wrong with you? Why are you so sad? And Nehemiah said, well, how can I be happy? I just found out that the walls of Jerusalem were broken down. And that's why I'm so sad. And so that set off a chain of events whereby Nehemiah was released by the king to go and rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, which had laid dormant for decades, and he rebuilt them with the help of other people in 52 days. Now that's a breakthrough. That's phenomenal. But the most powerful thing for me about that whole story is the fact that Nehemiah already knew that the walls of Jerusalem were broken down. The fact that he was told the walls were broken down was not actually news to him. How do we know this? Because it was the king that he served that actually commanded the walls not be rebuilt. So watch this. Nehemiah got stirred up and passionate about something that he already knew. What's happening here? God is stirring up his heart to get him ready to move into a potential direction. We can implement this principle when it comes to making decisions and choices. That if you've got decisions and choices and you pray about them, you'll find that very often your heart starts moving towards a particular direction. Jesus said in Mark chapter 11, verse 24, he says, whatever things you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them and you'll have them. Now where the comma is in that verse is very important. It doesn't say whatever things you desire, comma, when you pray, believe that you receive them and you'll have them. No, he says whatever things you desire when you pray, comma, believe that you'll receive them and you'll have them. What does that mean? As we pray, desires start coming into our heart, and those are the things that God wants to see come to pass. So, prophetically using the story about Moses and Aaron leading the Israelites in the wilderness. At one point, Aaron's leadership got questioned by other tribal leaders, and so Moses said, "Okay, everybody, grab me your staff and your rods." The leaders, they wanted to grab their rods and grab Aaron's rod as well. And what they did was they laid it out before the Lord overnight. They came in the next morning, and overnight Aaron's rod had budded. Sprouts and flowers started coming out of his rod. And that was a sign from the Lord that Aaron was the right leader. Prophetically speaking, if you've got decisions to make and you don't know what to do, lay them out before the Lord over a period of time. Pray about it. And eventually one of them will bud. And that will be the thing that God wants to see come to pass. I'm sure it's all happened in our life. We've had options, some look good, some look great, we don't know what's right. We lay them out before God, and then after a period of time, it's like, you know what, I don't even know why I was thinking this option. I don't even want to go there. This is the direction in which I want to go. We need, when it comes to seeking God's direction, we need to listen to our heart. Second time when we need to listen to our heart is when we get a desire to give. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 7, it says, "So let each one give as he purposes in his heart, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver." Now I've heard some people using scripture out of context. They've used it as an excuse not to give. You can't actually use this verse as an excuse not to give. Because read it again. The Apostle Paul says this, "So let each one give." You're all going to give. Amen. But the way you determine is by what's in your heart, not your head. Have you ever had a time when your heart wanted to give an amount that your head didn't like? Well, the Bible says we're supposed to give what's in our heart. I use this principle when it comes to general offerings. If I'm visiting somewhere or something like that, or I'm at a conference, I find that very often there's an amount that I want to give, and sometimes it's an amount that my head doesn't like. Well, what I've learned is to actually give what's in my heart, step out, and not necessarily what's in my head. Remember one time, it was the afternoon, we were about to go to a conference that night, and I was praying about what to give in the offering, and I was praying that I just felt really strongly that I wanted to give in that particular offering $500 that night. And so I went to my wife Trish. I said, "Babe, I want to give the offering tonight." She goes, "No worries, so do I." She goes, "What do you want to give?" I said, "Well, what do you want to give?" She said, "Well, what do you want to give?" I said, "Well, what do you want to give?" And she said, she goes, "Well, what do you want to give?" And I said, "I want to give $500. She goes, "Okay, what do we have in the bank?" I said, "We have $100. And she said, "Well, how are you going to get $500? We'll buy the $100. Now, what I'm about to tell you is just a testimony. I'm not saying that you're going to do this. I'm just saying this is what I did, okay? And I just said, "Well, I'm just going to put it on the credit card and throw it in." She goes, "What? You're going to go into debt over an offering?" I said, "Yes, I am." And she goes, "That's a bit unwise. I just think we don't have to, well, let's just give what we've got. Let's give $100. I said, "Okay." So went to the meeting that night, and I was actually emceeing the meeting, leading the meeting, and during, someone got up and was sharing an offering message, and I was standing behind them. And as I was sharing the offering message, honestly, it was like a big neon sign in front of my eyes, which said 500, 500, 500. Then a little guy with a pitchfork jumped on my shoulder and said, no, don't do it. You can't afford it. That's crazy. 500. But it just got so strong. I thought, you know what? I just want to give $500. So I was as unobtrusively as I could, trying to get my wife's attention in the front row. And so I'm looking at her, and she knows I'm trying to get her attention. She was feeling convicted as well, so she was avoiding eye contact. And I'm saying to her, and she's looking at me, and I said, get that credit card slip out. And so she looks at me, she gets the credit card slip out. She fills it out. As the buckets come past, she puts it in the bucket. As soon as she put it in the bucket, the neon sign left, and that little guy on my shoulder remained. You're crazy. What you do that for? How you going to pay that back? That's unwise. Wait till people find out you're a bastard. And I thought, well, I'm not going to walk down and just pick it out of the bucket. I'll just leave it. So after the meeting, I went out for a while, and then came back to the meeting to help with the clean-up. And when I came back, one of the ushers came up to me and said, Pastor Ben, there's been handed in a couple of envelopes with your name on it for you, to give to you. I said, okay. So I opened the first envelope, and inside was $200 cash. I opened the second envelope, inside was $200 cash. The $400 difference between the 100 I had and the 500 I gave, God supplied to me straight away. The Bible says, let each one give what he purposes in his heart. I better tell you another story, it makes my wife look better. There's another time, another year conference in the afternoon, praying about what to give. And as I was praying, I just felt I wanted to give $700. And I thought, oh, you know, at the time, we just left Bible college 18 months before, didn't have much money. And I thought, oh, I don't know if my wife wants to do this. And so I went to Trish, I said, babe, I want to give the offering tonight. She goes, so do I. I said, well, I want to be really generous. And she goes, well, so do I. And I said, well, what do you want to give? She goes, well, what do you want to give? And I said, listen, what I want to give is going to be probably way more than what you want to give. I said, so let's just give what you want to give. She goes, okay, I want to give $2,150. I said, what? $2,150? I said, why so specific? Can't we round it down? What about $2,000? What about $1,500? The conference doesn't even need the money. I said, why do you want to give $2,150? And she said this to me, we've been believing for a house, and it was just not possible. It just wasn't going to happen. We tried slipping and scraping around a couple of grand in the bank. And she said to me, she goes, I was praying, I said, Lord, I'm believing for a breakthrough for a house. And she said she felt the Holy Spirit say to her, what kind of house do you want? And she got the real estate guide out, obviously it's a long time ago, but the kind of house that she wanted in that market was worth about $215,000. And she felt the Holy Spirit say to her to sow a 1% seed to believe for a breakthrough, $2,150. When she told me that, I said, sounds like God. So I went to the meeting that night, got the checkbook out, remember them checks? Got a check and I wrote out $2,150, and they're actually receiving this offering up the front. There was buckets up the front, so people come up, putting offering in the bucket. I walked up, put the check in the bucket. As I did, it kind of caught the edge, looked out a bit, started talking to me. You need me, man. Don't do this. You're going to regret this. And everything in me wanted me to just grab it and put it back in my pocket. But I couldn't, because I'm a pastor and everyone was looking at me. And I went and sat down and didn't feel that great. And over the next 2 months, our finances got worse. Every day I was thinking to myself, gee, that $2,150 would be handy around about now. And then one day I was at home, I got a phone call, and the person on the other end of the line said, I want to give you some money to go towards your first house. I said, praise the Lord, how much? And they said, $14,000. I said, thank you very much. And then unsolicited, over the next couple of months, we got from different sources about another $22,000, signed a contract and built our first brand new house, and then sold it 2.5 years later for 150 times what we first sold. Sometimes a mechanism by which God gets you a breakthrough is actually an act of faith, and sometimes that act of faith is actually an act of generosity. When it comes to giving, the Bible says we do this in our heart. This is not just for things like donations and offerings and that sort of thing. This is a concept for everyday life. Now literally you can be about your business doing your thing and your heart could be moved towards somebody's blind. And that's a sign from the Lord that He wants us to do something about it. The Bible says in Luke chapter 6 verse 38, it says, give, be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together and running over. In the King James Version it says, will men pour into your lap? If you're like me, then you put yourself in a position, okay, if I give, God's going to give back to me, pressed down, shaken together and running over. But who is it that God uses to supply my need? The Bible says it, men, people. My question is this, have you ever been one of those guys? Have you ever been one of those people that's actually been the answer to somebody else's need? When I was at Bible college, I was behind on my fees to the point where they were threatening to kick me out. Which is so funny because when I ran a Bible college, I had the same conversation with students, and some in this room. And I remember I was, and I thought, well, what am I going to do? I thought, well, I'm going to make a deal with God. You've got to be careful to make a deal with God. I said, Lord, any gift I get of $100 or more, I'm going to give 10% to church tithe. I'm going to give 50% away. And I'm going to keep 40% for myself because I thought that's a better deal than I was getting anyway. And as soon as I made that deal, as soon as I prayed that, unsolicited, I was getting money from all over the place. And so it was also on 10% of church, and I thought, I'm going to give 50% away. Who should I give 50% away to? And I thought, I know, best people to give that to is other Bible college students. Some of them are struggling with their fees. So what I would do is I'd take the money and I'd go to the college registrar and I said, here, I'm going to pay some of my fees. And I said, who's behind on their fees? And they told me, I said, okay, put this amount off their account and put this amount off my account. Anyway, Bible college, we used to have chapel every day, and Tuesday, I think it was called Testimony Tuesday. And every week for months, students would get up there and they'd be saying, I was behind on the fees, didn't know how to pay it. Then the college registrar said, God, someone paid my fees. God paid my fees. And I'm sitting out the back thinking, that wasn't God, that was me. But it was God. Have you ever been one of those guys? And you know that God is calling you to action when you just get a heart and a desire to give. Let's think about it. There's three sources for our desires. Okay? One is our flesh. So if I have a desire to give, is it my flesh that wants me to give away my money? Probably not. Is it the devil? The devil wants me to go and bless somebody. Probably not. It's probably God. And you can know when it is God because supernaturally you'll have a desire to give, which is not natural. The Bible says that when it comes to giving, we need to listen to our heart. Third time when we need to listen to our heart is when God wants us to minister to somebody else. If you look at the life of Jesus, before he would minister with supernatural power, many, many times in the scripture it said he was first moved with compassion for the person he was about to minister to. That he would see a group of people or an individual, he'd be moved with compassion for them, and then he would minister to them. I'll give you a couple of examples, I'll just read them out. Matthew 14:14, when Jesus went out, he saw a great multitude and was moved with compassion for them, and he healed their sick. Matthew 20:34, Jesus had compassion and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. So, very often Jesus would be about his business, his heart would be moved with compassion for someone, and that was a sign that God wanted him to minister to them. Now, the thing is this, the Bible says that God has called all of us to be ministers. Sometimes we get the word ministry a bit skewy because we think ministry is doing what I'm doing now. But that's what we call ministry, but that's not really what the scripture calls ministry. The Bible says in Ephesians 4:11 and 12 that God has called some to be prophets, pastors, teachers and evangelists. That's called a section gift ministry, whose job is to equip the saints for the work of the ministry. So the work of ministry is supposed to be done actually by the saints. The equipping is supposed to be done by the ascension gifts. And in some ways that's kind of what we're doing today. We're equipping so that the saints are able to go and actually perform the ministry. So what that means is this, you could be out and about on your business, doing your thing, and all of a sudden your heart is moved with compassion towards somebody. That's not a sign to go and ring Pastor Mike to come and pray for him. That's actually a sign for us to do something about it. Jesus said, greater works than he did, we will do. Those are works of supernatural power. That God has called all of us to be his representatives. all of us to be his ambassadors. And wherever we go, there are times when our heart will be moved towards something. And that's a sign from him that we are supposed to move with compassion and believe God for his power to touch something. I remember one night, Trish and I were lying in bed about to go to sleep and just heard this cat meowing. I thought the cat was on the roof, but Trish said to me, she goes, "Babe, that cat's not on the roof. That cat's in the roof." And I thought, no. And then I heard it meow, meow, meow. And I heard it scratch the ceiling. And I thought, yeah, it's in the roof. And I thought, how did it get in the roof? And then I realised that earlier in the week, a workman had come to work on our roof and had removed the tile. And he came back later in the week because he forgot to replace the tile. And then replace the tile. So in the meantime, the cat had come in through the open tile and now was trapped in our roof, unable to get out. And Trish said, "We've got to get it out, it's going to cook." I said, "Okay." So we went over to the manhole and I set Trish up and she's a banana farmer's daughter from far north Queensland. You know what I'm saying? She's hardcore, alright? And so, anyway, so it was better for the cat, you know, so there's not much room there, she fit in much easier. So Trish went up there and I heard her calling out to the cat, "Here, puss, puss, here, puss, puss," and heard the cat meow, meow, meow. But then Trish called out to me, she goes, "Ben, I can't reach it. It's down in the crevice, I can't reach it." And so it's hiding from me. So we went back to the manhole and we put out food and put out milk and called it, but it just never came. I woke up the next morning and I thought, we've got to get this cat out. And I thought, you've got to go get a cat trap. And I know some of you are like, yeah, cat trap. Not one that kills it, one that catches it humanely. And so I got the yellow pages out and I looked up cat traps. And lo and behold, there was somebody renting out cat traps in the street I lived in. I could not believe it. I thought, God has gone ahead of me. He knows exactly what I need. And so I rang the number and the lady said, "You come over this afternoon." And so I remember thinking to myself that at the time the area we lived in was very new and all the houses were very new, but this one particular house was very unkempt and overgrown in the street. And it was a long street. And I saw the address and I thought, I wonder if it's that house. Well, sure enough, I go over there and it's that house. I walk up the stairs, I knock on the door. The gentleman comes to the front and goes, "Yeah, what do you want?" I said, "Oh, I'm here for a cat trap." He goes, "Oh, right. Hey, love, there's a bloke here for the cat trap." I'm standing in the entrance and I'm looking down the hall and see this lady come out, very frail, probably only in her 30s, but with a walking frame. As soon as she comes out to me, I look at her, I thought, what's wrong with her, whatever. She comes out, there's a number of people in the lounge. I said, "Hey, I'm here for the cat trap." She goes, "Oh, no worries, follow me." We go to the back veranda. Out the back, there's cat traps everywhere. She was like really into it. And she said, "See that one over there? Pick that up and put it on my frame." So I picked it up, put it on her frame. She starts showing me how to use the cat trap. But to be honest, I wasn't really listening. Because my heart was like, what happened to this lady? I said to her at the end, I said, "How much?" She goes, "Well, it's a $20 deposit, $5 a day." I said, "No worries, here's the $20. And I went and took it and I went outside. And as I was walking to the car, I thought, man, I wish I had prayed for it. Went home, we started setting up the cat trap. As we do, the cat walks over to the manhole, we pick it up and bring it down. I started thinking to myself, what a waste of time. Why did I go through? Oh. God was setting up a divine appointment. Rang the lady back and went back to the house the next day. And this time I noticed there was only one other lady there and it looked like she was a nurse. And I walked in and I said to the lady, I said, "Hey, I didn't even need to use the cat trap." She goes, "Oh, that's great. I'll go get you a change for you." I said, "Don't worry about it, you can keep it." She goes, "Really?" She goes, "That's a lot of money for us." I said, "Look, don't worry about it, you can keep it." I said, "Hey, if you don't mind me asking, why have you got the walking frame? What happened to you?" She goes, "Oh, well, I used to work in this warehouse and a box landed on me and I've been an invalid ever since. I've been in constant pain and we've been really struggling." As soon as she says that, I've got two options. Option one, "Oh, that's a shame. Hope you got a good lawyer. I'm sure Morris Blackburn will help you out." Or option 2, which I took. Hey, I'm a Christian. Is it okay if I pray for you? And I thought she'd say to me, get away from me, you religious freak. But she goes, okay. And I'm like, all right, no worries. I got her to close her eyes and I prayed for her. As I did, the presence of God came and then she just threw away her frame. No, that didn't happen. But that's not the moral of the story today. Afterwards, I said to her, listen, we've got a church nearby. It was near Christmas time. I said, we're giving out hampers to people in the community. You might want it for Christmas. Are you interested in a hamper? She goes, no worries. And we had someone come in and give her a hamper. I was about my business hiring a cat trap. And then my heart was moved. That was not a sign against somebody else. That was a sign that God wanted me to do something about it. There was another time I'm at home and we just moved back into our house. Our house got flooded in the Brisbane floods 2011. We just moved back in. And as I did, one of my neighbours came up our driveway. His name was Russell. And I said, g'day Russ, what are you up to? He goes, oh, Ben, I've got this DVD for you. And what had happened was that he and another mate had, because where I lived there, we've got a double-storey house by the banks of the Brisbane River, went a metre and a half through our second story. And one of my neighbours rode out the flood in a tinny tied to a telephone pole out in front of his house for 3 days. And he actually took video footage. So when people started moving back in, he started giving us these DVDs of what our houses looked like during the flood, which was awesome because we couldn't go and see it. And so we had a chat. He was on my front veranda. It's during the middle of the day. And I said to him, hey Russ, why aren't you at work today? He goes, oh Ben, I twitched my back at work a few weeks ago lifting something. Hasn't got any better and I've got a sick day today. As soon as he says that, I've got 2 options. Option 1, oh that's a shame, I've got work coming. Or option 2, which I took, hey Russ, I'm a Christian. Is it okay if I pray for you? Now this guy, I thought there is no way he would want me to pray for him. This guy was a hard man. And I thought there was no chance he would have me pray for him. But he goes, oh, all right. And I'm like, oh, okay, totally threw me. So I did everything wrong. I forgot to tell him to close his eyes. I didn't dare put my hand on his shoulder. I was scared to. And I just stood back from him. I started praying for him. And I just want to keep an eye on him. So I had one eye on him as I'm praying. And I'm pointing at him. And I said, Lord, I pray for Russ's back. Pray that you make it better. In Jesus' name, amen. And the whole time, because I didn't tell him to close his eyes, he didn't close his eyes. So he's just staring at me like this. And even when I finished praying, he was still staring at me. So I just stared at him. And I remember thinking to myself, this guy thinks I'm a freak. After about 10 seconds, he starts speaking. Points to my lounge room, my 3 sons were in there playing. He goes, you know Ben, I grew up in the kind of house and do raise my little kids up. And he said, I've lived a hard life and I've walked away from all of that. But I think now that I've got kids, I want to raise my kids the way you raise your little kids. I said, oh, do you want to come to church? And he goes, yeah. And he did. I was at home minding my business and a bloke brought over a DVD. And an opportunity came. And I had a choice. Do I step in or do I deflect? You know when it happens. Because you'll be out shopping or you'll be at the footy and then you'll have an opportunity and you think, do I step in or do I deflect? You know, people ask me, what's the key to seeing the power of God? You know, what's the key to seeing the power of God? And I see people, they go and do courses, pay big dollars. They go overseas to do these courses on how to move in the power of God. But I'm going to save you a whole lot of money today. And I'm going to give you the key to seeing the power of God move, okay? We can see the power of God move in Logan. We can see it move in Brisbane. We can see the power of God move through you. Here is the key to seeing the power of God move. Are you ready? Have a go, mate. It's as simple as that. You never know till you have a go. I purposely told you stories of people that weren't healed. Well, I could tell you stories of ones that were. And I have never been able to predict it. All I've known is when an opportunity comes, all I've got to do is have a go. It's not actually my responsibility to get someone healed. It's not actually my responsibility to get someone saved. It's just my responsibility to have a go. And what I've found is this: the more you have a go, the more fruit that you'll see.
Yeah.
God wants to use us to see people come into the kingdom and see people encounter His power and presence. It's not my job to have someone's heart open. I have had occasions when people didn't want me to pray for them. Remember one time I was in Ipswich wanting to buy a lawnmower, and I talked to the shop owner, and I said, and he's complaining about this ailment he's got. And I said, well, sir, I'm a Christian, and if you're willing, I'm willing to pray for you. And he goes, no, it's all right, son. It's okay. I'm in the Lions Club. Now, I don't know what that means. But it's not my problem. It's my job to have a go. And we don't have to take the credit, and we don't have to take the blame. It says out there, you don't even need another night of evangelism. You can be out and about, working on your business, being successful, having a great family, having hobbies, serving at church. And in the midst of all that, your heart will be moved. And that is not a sign of call Pastor Michael Paula. That's a sign for us to have a go.